Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Marketing Your Practice podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to talk with you about 3 very specific types of videos that you can create that'll really help you create way more raving fans. They'll improve your retention inside your practice, and they'll even help you to stimulate some more referrals. Now, I'm guilty of this. We're up to episode, I think, 179 with this, and there's another 50 or so that are outside the Marketing Your Practice podcast. And most of the conversations that I have with you are all about how to get more new patients. They're all about how do we create more attention, how do we build more trust, authority, and expertise with people that don't know us. But marketing is not just about getting attention, it's also about keeping attention. In fact, we should be not only focusing on new patients, but we need to be also working on our retention as well. So these 3 videos are all about improving the retention and things like improving the customer, patient, peep experience, however you like to refer to the people that come and see you as well. So I'll go through these 3 very specific types of videos. I'll talk through some scripts that you can use with them, and then also some of the technology in terms of how you can pull these off. So by the time you get to the end of this episode, you'll have everything that you need to shoot these 3 videos and starting to improve the customer experience and creating way more raving fans. Now, the first video I want you to create is the only of the 3 that I want you to individualize for each and every person. Now, that might sound like a lot, but you're going to be doing it for your new patients that come in. This first video is really a welcome to the practice. Here's what to expect on your first visit. Now, I want you to, there's a reason that we need to personalize it, because I want you using the person's name, and I want you to make it as specific to them as possible. This is what really creates the wow experience. I've got a number of my clients that are doing this. I'm going to do a shout out to the amazing Dr. Dave McCann, a chiropractor over in the States. And he has just jumped on this like a duck to water. He creates these great little videos. I'll talk about how the technology he uses. And it continues to wow all these patients. They're always saying to him, I've never had another health practitioner reach out and actually shoot me a personalized video like this. It really blows them away. So by the time they end up in his practice, their relationship has already started. They've already, this amount of know, like, and trust is well on the way to positioning himself as the go-to person for them as well. Now, many of us nowadays, before the new patient even comes into us, they're sending us their paperwork in advance. So if you get that, what I'm going to suggest that you do is that you make sure that you read through the paperwork and you acknowledge some of it. So here's how I would go about that video. It might be this. Hey, Peter, I see that you have an appointment with me later on in the week there. It's Tuesday, I think, at 2:30. And I just wanted to shoot this little video for you. I've had a look all through your paperwork, and I see that you're having some real issues with your shoulder, that this has been going on for the last couple of years. You've been through physical therapists, seen a couple of other prior chiropractors as well, and haven't been able to get any results as well. I'm looking forward to seeing you there too, to see if we can find out what's going on too. I've had a look at your x-rays, and I've got some ideas about where we can start. I've been looking after patients with shoulder problems now for the last 2 decades. It's one of my favorite things to deal with as well. I think you're in the right place. We'll find out a little bit more when I see you on Tuesday. Now, the practice parking, there's plenty of it just across the road from the practice there as well, so loads of parking. Can you allow for about 45 minutes for our initial consultation there as well? I'm going to ask you a bunch more questions about your shoulder. I want to find out a little bit more about your history. I see that you've played a lot of sports. I want to find out more about those as well. And then when we're finished with that, I've got a really thorough exam that I'm wanting to do. So I wanted to have a feel through your shoulder, but also right through your whole spine. There are some tests that we may need to do depending on how things show up, and then I might even need to get some x-rays as well. Now, I expect that we'll be able to begin with an adjustment on our visit on Tuesday, but if I need some more tests beforehand, I'll let you know on Tuesday as well. So if you've got any questions or there's anything else that you want to let me know before our appointment, reach out to me. Otherwise, Tuesday afternoon, I look forward to seeing you then, Peter. Take care. See you soon. Now, that's kind of off the cuff, and I would shoot that video just with my iPhone up in front of me. Now, the technology that I would use, there's an app that I love. It's called Loom, Loom. You can get a desktop or laptop version, which means that you can just use the camera off your desktop or laptop, or you can get an app that actually goes into your phone. It's free, which is fabulous. There's a paid version, but there's no need for you to use the paid version. What I really love about Loom is at the end of shooting the video, it gives me a link straight away that I can then email or text onto the patient. So I don't have to upload it up into any sites, YouTube, any of those kind of things there too. And the only person that'll be able to watch that video is the person with the link. So you don't have to, those extra steps of putting it up or getting the link and having it on private. Loom does all of that for you. Now this video here needs to be, it's important, it doesn't need to be high production value. In fact, I think it's better that it's not. You don't want, any crazy 2 camera angles or text coming up on the screen. There doesn't need to be background music or any of that kind of stuff. It's very authentic, it's very organic, it's exactly as I said beforehand. Now, if I didn't have any of Peter's details, so sometimes some of you don't get the patient's notes in advance, then I would do that same kind of thing beforehand, but I'd be just saying, hey Peter, really looking forward to seeing you Tuesday, 2:30 is our appointment there as well. There's plenty of parking across the road there. There's also a tram stop around the corner if you want public transport to come in. Can you allow about 45 minutes for our initial consultation? Our first appointment is really simple, is that my goal is to find out if you're in the right place to get the care that you need. So we'll find out what's going on. There'll be a bunch of questions, examinations that I'll need to do. I want to have a look at your posture, have a feel through your spine. We've been looking after people in the Port Melbourne community for the last 2 decades, in excess of 10,000 people that we've looked after as well. And we've developed a really great reputation because of the great care that we give to our patients. And I look forward to meeting with you on Tuesday. If you've got any questions, reach out to me. I can see if I can address those before our appointment next week. Or Mackenzie, who's on the front desk, she's fabulous as well. So see you Tuesday, 2:30. Look forward to finding out what's going on and meeting you. So again, there's a couple of different versions of those videos. It's not as important as what you say is the fact that you're reaching out to them, mentioning their name, what you know about them, if you know who they were referred from. This is all about creating that wow experience. That video I'm expecting is anywhere between 90 seconds and 3 or 4 minutes long. It definitely doesn't need to be any longer than that, okay? And don't worry if you fumble a little bit like I did with my words there beforehand. It's a natural video there where they get to kind of connect with you. I would shoot this video inside my chiropractic practice if I was there, or you could do it on the weekend. It doesn't matter really where you shoot this video. Make sure that you're thinking about good light and good sound. So as long as they can see you clearly and as long as they've got nice clear sound, that's really all that's important. So again, Loom, Loom, is the app that I love for my phone. It works on Android as well, or you can download that straight onto your computer, whether you be a Mac or PC user as well. Now the second and third video we're going to be talking about, these are videos that you'll shoot once and you can send these same videos on to everybody. The second video is what we call an origin story or your creation story. So it's answering the question of who are you, why do you do what you do, and why does it matter to me? This is inside, there's a great book called Primal Branding. It's written by a guy called Hanlon. I'm trying to think his first name. It might be Peter Hanlon. Here's a quote from the book there. It says, where you come from is as important for people to know as what you believe and what your advantages are. Your origin story, what it does is it provides meaning and context. So it answers the question, why do you care for so many kids? Why are you so passionate about what you do? Why did you choose to be a naturopath? Now, I want you to think for a moment. We look for people's origin and their creation stories all the time. We're out at a party, we meet somebody, the discussion comes up. Invariably, one of the questions we want to know is, where did you come from? What did you do? Why did you choose to do that? And when somebody starts to give the background behind who they are, we immediately connect with them. So again, let me say this again. The sort of things that you want to address in this video are, who are you? Where did you come from? And why do you do what you do? Like, why are you passionate about being a chiropractor? Now, in my situation, I kind of got into chiropractic by mistake. It wasn't a super passion of mine. It wasn't until I was well into university that I got to read one of the green books. That opened up my mind. I had a sister. I still have a sister. I've got 3 wonderful sisters. But one of my sisters was having some really nasty kidney problems. She had a degenerative kidney. She was on the path to possibly having a kidney replacement. She started getting chiropractic care, and literally chiropractic resulted in her not having to have a kidney transplant. So I could tell that story. That's why I'm so damn passionate about this too, because I've seen the huge impact that chiropractic can have, not just on helping headaches and backaches, but on all levels of health. So I share that same story at many of my healthcare classes, my spinal care class. Whenever I'm talking to people about chiropractic, that's one of the stories that I share. So take some time to think about what's your creation story. Why are you passionate about what you do? Why do you do things the way that you do? And that's exactly what you would do in video too. Now again, that video there, you might want to have a little bit higher production value. Again, we don't need to get professional video teams in for this. But if you're telling a story about your past, it might be nice to have some B-roll or some pictures in. You know, if you happen to have an inspiring story when you were very young, if you got into chiropractic because one of your kids had a miracle story, when we can add in those types of images where we can share why we're so damn excited about what we're doing, this will help to build the relationship. So video 2 is your origin story, and we would send that same video out to everybody. And I would suggest that you send that out within the first few days of them starting in. So they've come in for their initial appointment, you've had their report of findings, they're beginning their care with you. In that first week afterwards, you could just send out a little email to them that says, look, I'm often asked, why am I so damn excited about chiropractic? Why do we see so many kids here as well? Why is the practice so busy and full of life? I shot a little video for you where I share the story about how chiropractic saved my sister's life. It also helps to explain a little bit about why the practice is the way it is and why I'm so passionate about being a chiropractor. Trust me, your patients will love to watch that, and it will really create a bonding between the two of you. After they've watched that video, they'll definitely want to be talking with you about it in the future. Now, the third video that you'll want to create is another one that you'll create with all of your patients. Okay, you'll shoot this video once and then you'll share it with all of them. In this video here, I call how to get best results. So it's simply this, in this video, I'd say, hey, listen, I've been a chiropractor now since 1997. It's 22 and a half years there. Now, it's hard to believe given that I look so young there. And over those 22 years, I've looked after well in excess of 10,000 patients. And I've seen that there's a bunch of things that many of them have in common, the ones who get the best results. And in this short video today, I want to share 5 or 6 of the things that I see my patients do that really help them get the best results. And then you would share those things, follow through with their adjustment schedule. Don't stop when the pain goes, do the exercises, minimize their stress, all the kind of things that that will help your patients get the best results. That's what you would share in that video. Now, again, this is not the time that you would go into the exercises. This is not the time that you would go into the eating or stress and lifestyle advice there too. You could sort of say, hey, listen, you'll notice in the coming weeks there, I'll be sharing lots of videos with you. We've got content on our social media platforms. If you haven't already joined those, then do that. We send an email out once every 2 weeks with great health tips as well. But the patients that get the best results, these are things that they do, okay? These 3 videos, I'll give you a summary of them again there, are all designed to create more raving fans. They're all about creating connection, building a tribe. When we have a tribe of people, it's a family. We get to know each other, not just as a chiropractor, but you get to see, in my case, a little bit behind the scenes. So the first of those videos that you're going to create is a welcome video. Really simple. iPhone up in front of you, selfie style, welcome to the practice. Let them know a little bit about what's going to be happening on that initial consultation. If you have details about them and their case, mention a few of those things. Again, that's a 3-4 minute video tops there as well. Use Loom, L-O-O-M. The second video you're going to create is your origin or your creation story. This provides context and meaning. It allows me to get to see behind the curtains and see why is it that you do what you do. I mean, think about it. We understand the origin story of all of our heroes, right the way from Michael Jordan and him being cancelled from his high school team. We understand that Oprah Winfrey got kind of kicked off the air in the early days where she was going to be a lousy reporter. We hear these background stories. Steve Jobs, we know about his failures in the early days. This is what helps us to connect with people. And video 2 is your origin and creation story. And video 3 is simply this: how to get best results. Okay, share with them. Let them know how to engage with you. Let them know what they need to do to get well and stay well so they can save time, they can save money, and they can get the best possible results as well. These 3 videos implemented into your marketing strategy will have a huge impact in improving retention. It's a part of your onboarding as well, and creating way more raving fans. If you've got questions about any of these, whether it be kind of scripting them, if you want to put one of these videos together and you want to shoot it over to me, then do it. Somewhere in around over my socials or somewhere, there'll be an email address. Well, I'll give it to you now, Angus@Audio Media. And I can have a look at one of your videos. I can help you out with your scripting and I can point you in the right direction. Gang, there's 3 videos for you to make in this next couple of weeks. or get started on one of them at least. See if you can get these made before Christmas. Until next time, thanks for all that you do. Keep saving lives. I'll be back here again real soon. Love you, gang. Bye. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, you have to come and check out the Community Influencer Program. It's my monthly coaching program where we take all this material and I'll work one-on-one with you to apply, implement, systematize, and help guide you and your practice to the next level. Now you can join me over at adiomedia.com/join. That's adiomedia.com/join. I'd love to see you in there.